Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of the Kouch Web Show. And today's topic that will be discussed is overpaid professional athletes who take what they do for granted when there are people all over the world that would do it for free and would appreciate what they do and not cause any of the BS that basically they cause. So I'll start today with saying that there are a bunch of athletes out there. This is very true, and kids that play sports, they play for fun. Even through high school, they play for competition, but yet again, they play because they love the sport. Those few kids that get the chance to get scholarships to go to Division I, Division II colleges, or even go to Division III college and go and play their sport collegiately, they're the lucky ones who decide that they want to further their athletic career. And the few that are very lucky to be able to go from college into the professional level of sports are the ones that I would say about 60% of them are probably going to have great successful careers and not have any of the BS that most of these athletes have. But the rest of the 30% would most likely be the ones who make 18 million a year, and they go around and they buy flashy cars, they buy big huge houses, they marry supermodels, and they get into fights at nightclubs and strip clubs and any kind of club you can think of. And they get charged with having guns in their vehicles that they don't have a permit for the weapon. And they get charged with steroid use, illegal steroid use, and other drugs. And it's just absolutely horseshit, if you ask me. Because these guys are just oversized children, really, if you think about it. About the 30% of professional athletes that do this bullshit. But honestly, when it comes down to it, they are the ones that have the most talent from everybody else. That's why they're making 18 million for 7 years compared to a guy who's second string to them, who's making about 2 million to about 500,000 for 7 years. And it's absolutely ridiculous how these guys can have the life that they do and do the shit that they do. And another thing that's really interesting is the fact that most of the 30% of these professional athletes that decide that I'm going to be a screw up mostly have sexual fantasies that, hey, I'm an athlete, I might as well go and fulfill my sexual fantasies because I'm able to do it now, because I'm a public figure and I'm a Super Bowl champ or a World Series champ. And what they don't get is that the American public frowns upon that. Not only the American public, but they are ruining themselves along with that. And I like how Tiger Woods can go and have 50 mistresses and everything's cool. But then when it comes down to it, one thing that I find interesting is that black athletes are very, very, very criticized for sexual rape, gun charges, drug use, and the list goes on and on. And one thing that's interesting, you don't see white athletes that do that sort of thing before Ben Roethlisberger. Once Ben Roethlisberger had the charges and all the scrutiny come out, along with the raping of a girl down in Georgia, that opened a lot of eyes. Like, hey, it's just not the black athletes. It's not this racial thing. It's every athlete out there. Like, for example, two more examples I can think of actually. Jeff Reed, who is the kicker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, uh, he goes to IEP on the weekends to hook up with girls. And these guys are getting paid big bucks. You know, why can't they pull in women their own age? Maybe, okay, maybe they want to party, go down to college and party, and hook up with good-looking young sorority girls or college girls. You know, I get that, kind of. Not really, but it's absurd. And, like, even with the crazy stuff that happened with the Duke lacrosse team back in, like, '06, it's just nuts. That they had strippers and prostitutes, and they ended up doing the things that they did. It was just absolutely nuts. And just sports, professional sports, college sports in general, it's become so capitalized. Like, it's the perfect example of capitalism in this country. Definitely. Because professional sports and college sports is coming around to that as well. And it's absolutely horrible, and it's just something that people need to start avoiding. No. You need to better your life. You need to better yourself, regardless of what you're doing. So, I'm going to finish with that professional athletes should start owning up to their actions and should stop doing all the stuff that's making them look bad and ruining them. So, that is what I'm going to end this. And next episode, we will be talking about BP and the oil spill. So, bye y'all.